Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're going to do a tribute right now to the late Charlie Jones. Listen to this segment about his trip to Argentina and killing a red stag. And Charlie was wanting to do this. He fought cancer for over 10 years. So listen to this segment with Charlie Jones and Beaky Jones in studio. And, of course, he's going to mention Ron Wong. Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this Saturday, April the 13th. We talk right now with some family, the Jones guys. I guess if we put all the Jones and the Wongs together, we'd have a pretty big crowd in the world. I know that for a fact. Hey, you said that there's more Wongs than there are Smiths or Joneses, right?
Yeah, there are more Wongs in the world than Smiths and Joneses put together.
All right.
Ron, you're Wong.
Hey. Well, I can tell you in this room right now, there's more Joneses than there are Wongs, okay?
That is true.
Ron, you're Wong. There's more Joneses.
All right. That's John Gordon is sitting in with us, too, and John will be listening. And as we go along with this great trip for Red Stag to the Estancia Ranch. I don't know what that is. I couldn't pronounce it. So
Let me see it. Larry.
You can pronounce that. See it in there? I've got it underlined.
It's Potejo.
It's like Potejo, senor.
Looks like
Estancia Potejo.
Potejo.
Rancha.
Rancha. No comprende el español. Okay?
No? Para.
Oh, now we've got a new
¿Por qué,
John
señor?
Gordon has appeared now.
¿Por qué?
Yeah, now I'm getting hungry for Mexican food. Okay? Let's go. But let's talk about the trip again. All right, you get there, you get to the ranch. You're there for 5 days? What are you? What's the hunt?
We were there probably about 8 days.
8 days?
Yeah. 8 days total. We were there. We got there on Friday.
Yeah.
And left the following Friday is what it was. So basically 7 days. Yeah.
Okay, so and this is really I know Stacy and Lance are just part of your family, just about.
Yeah, they are,
the Walkers and Grandpa too. We don't want to forget the other Walker.
Yeah, Mr. Ted.
That's taught them all what to do and everything. But so Charlie, you got yourself. You're down there. You're pumped up. Do they draw to where you're going, or do they just take you out there and leave you and come back in a couple of days?
Each one of us had our own guide.
Okay.
And I couldn't imagine having a better guide than the boy I had. Friendly, smile on his face the whole time.
So he was with you. Are you in a ground blind? What are you in?
Yeah, I've been a ground blind.
Okay.
I can't climb nothing.
No, so you're on a ground blind. I saw a picture of some guys were up in a tree looking for animals, but on their website. But so you got to the ranch, 85,000 acres.
Yeah.
Are y'all the only ones there for this?
Actually, there were two other hunters, but they were bow hunters.
Bow hunters.
But
okay.
they wasn't part of our group, but they was at the same
They
lot.
were at the same time there.
Yeah.
And so each one of you had success. Now, we've talked about yours. I'm sure the excitement of so you're shooting what? What'd you say? What are you using?
We was using 300 light Magnum.
Okay, 300 light Magnum. Now, and I understand that this one that you killed was about 25 yards. That's what they told me then. Now, 25 yards.
Honestly, he was probably 30 to 35, maybe 40 yards would have been the furthest. But
really?
I mean,
so they're out there walking around?
Yeah. And it'd been a great bow shot.
Yeah.
But when I seen him, Larry, I mean, I just started trembling.
You did?
He was so big and so wide. And when I finally got him and brought him in that night, and then, of course, all the others, Lance, Stacy, Binky, Steve, and my grandson, Michael.
Yeah.
They were elated, boy. And I said, yeah. And they said, well, the old man done got one first.
And so he did.
and then the next day, Binky goes out, and he brings in one 50 points more than mine.
Now, these are red stag. Talk about the red stag, Binky.
Yeah.
I mean,
these are the red stags.
Let him talk about his.
Okay.
That's enough of you, okay?
Right.
Well, the red stag, it looks a whole lot like an elk. It
did.
It's kind of but it's a deer family. It's like a red. It's a red deer.
Yeah, it's a red. Yeah, beautiful.
Their horns are a whole lot like an elk, and they're actually red. They're red in color. They're not quite as big as an elk, but they look that way anyway. Their horns get huge.
And all of you all are hunting in different locations.
Yeah. Now, we'll trek out in the mornings and the afternoons, and believe it or not, I know 85,000 acres is a lot, but
a lot.
Trust me, you never ran into another hunter. I mean, these guys would take you out, and you'd walk. We'd walk for 3, 4, and 5, 6 miles.
You would
every morning, every afternoon. And, Charlie, his guide had to do a little extra work because
right. Yeah, but you're out early and calling.
Yes.
Do they?
Yes. Now this time of year, the red stag they're going into their rut.
Okay.
And what they do, an elk will bugle,
yeah.
And red deer. The males, they roar. They do a roaring sound.
A roaring sound.
Yes, it's a roaring sound, and you can hear that for long periods.
You know that?
Long distances away.
John?
I've seen it on television, yeah, Larry. So
what does
they
it
do
sound
roar.
Like?
It's hard to describe.
Yeah, I said that'd be pretty tough to do on the show here because you'd wonder there's a malfunction in the show. Listen to that guy over there.
That was me doing that. And again, we're talking to Bill Binky Jones and Charlie Jones and about their trip with grandson Michael, nephews Bill and Steve going along with us, and Stacy and what's that other guy's name? Lance, of course, Walker, on this trip to red stag hunt. And it's such an area. And why'd you want to do this, Charlie?
Well, we've talked about this for
everybody knows you as a fisherman. I got to say that. I mean, you are right, Ron. I mean, that's Charlie's known as a fisherman.
Yeah, but y'all need to see his game room.
I've seen his game. We're getting to that. We're getting to that. As long as the pipes don't break. Okay, now I've seen your game room.
No, I've always loved hunting because, back years and years ago when Henry Reynolds had the outdoor show and
yes,
and
boy, you're
we'd go to
now.
White River Bottoms and go on them hunts.
Yes.
Anyway, I loved every minute of it, and fishing as well. But going on a hunt like this, for Bink and I and other members of my family, we have hunted elk for several years, and I've killed good quality elk, but not the massive one that like you'd get on a red stag.
On a red stag.
And then also, another bonus that you have down there is the black buck. Now, boy, they are pretty, I'm telling you, and it makes one of the most beautiful mounts you've ever seen.
And y'all had a chance, didn't you, Becky, to harvest a black buck?
Yeah.
The way that worked is normally, because the red stag was our primary animal.
Yeah.
We once everybody filled their tag on the red stag, then they'd go out and start hunting the black buck. And the black buck is in the antelope family.
Okay,
it's it's an animal that's real similar. The horns are a little differently because they come straight up off the top of the head. They spiral around. Now they got rings around it and they spiral around, and that's usually an indication of their age. So the more rings and the higher they are, the more of a man he is.
And these are native creatures.
Well, actually, these black buck, they originated in India.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The black buck came from India, but now the red stag.
As far as I know, I think that is,
Well, when you got 85,000 acres, I mean, it doesn't need to be fenced.
Yeah.
Because you can't cover it all. But I knew that the black buck came from India, and because I've seen that and I read a lot about it. And the place. How did you come up with where you went? Talk about that.
That was Joe Thomas that has Joe Thomas Outdoors.
Uh-huh.
He and Lance are real good friends, and he had told Lance what a fabulous place this was, and we were talking to him, and I asked him, what is the success ratio? And he said,
tell him this.
The archery hunting is 95%. And gun hunting is 100%.
I like those.
So it's a situation where when you're down there hunting, it's kind of like hunting caribou in Quebec. You want to be real selective and don't shoot too early.
Yeah,
because if you
that would be hard to do.
I know it. Hey, and then you let a beautiful bull go by.
Yeah.
And then you don't see another one. you know, it's like going out to Colorado somewhere, coming home with an empty truck. That's a long drive.
It's a long drive, yeah. And talk about you had a chance. This eats good. I mean, both of these critters. I'm assuming.
Yeah, every one of us. Stacy, she got a beautiful red black buck.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you see?
I saw the picture of that. Yeah.
Hey, that girl, you just got to give her more credit. I had never seen a trooper like that. Her and Lance would walk 8 to 10 miles a day. And I'm going to tell you, she's steady right there with him the whole way.
I bet she was wearing Prime 1 camo, wasn't she?
We all were.
Yeah, we all were.
You better be wearing that. Prime 1 camo is what Stacy Walker is the founder and president, CEO, and chief honcho of all that. When you do that. And I know it probably took you a little while to get back down to earth when you got back, didn't it, Charlie?
It did. But, you know, I'm going to tell you, though, Larry, hey, going with my family and then going with good friends like Stacy and Lance, I'd have never been able to make the trip had they not have been with me and helped me along the way. I owe them a debt of gratitude till the day I die, I guess. But,
well, to have your nephews and your grandson Michael there, what did that mean to you, Binky, to be with Charlie and see all this happen?
Well, I mean, you know, we've hunted all our lives together. You know, I grew up in a hunting family.
Yes, you did.
And you know, my father, Charlie's brother, and other brothers, we just grew up that way. And you know, it's just a bonus to be able to, you know, to take off and go hunt, you know, elsewhere.
Yes.
And I mean, I can't think of any better people to be with.
Well, you spent a lot of time in the air to get there. I know that. So,
I'm gonna tell you, and that was the bad part. That was the downside of the whole trip.
But the good side was that view out your window. You know, looking out there and seeing the Pampas and you know, near Patagonia. But hey, thank you both for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I wanted to do this. Sorry that Stacy couldn't join us, but Prime 1 is still the camo for Outdoors with Larry Ray. But thanks, guys.
All right,
and
thank you, Larry.
We'll stay in touch, and we'll talk down the road, okay?
Thank you.
Let's take a break, come right back, and we're going to switch from the Pampas of the Gaucho. Did you see any Gauchos down there?
No.
Okay, no Gauchos. Okay.
You didn't see any.
Well, yeah, you
but
know,
you
there was
see
one.
wild horses.
Wild horses.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wild horses couldn't keep you away.
We even, I'm telling you, we even seen ostriches.
Ostriches. Well, we've had some of these as guests. They don't talk much. All right. Be right back. We're going to switch to sunglasses. One of Ron Wong's favorite subjects. Right, Ron?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Say that one more time, Ron. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
I
it.
love sunglasses.
And you love what?
And
sunglasses.
I like to eat.
What kind of sunglasses do you like?
I love Costa sunglasses, and I'll tell you, I encourage everybody to wear sunglasses when you're in the outdoors.
That's right.
Always.
Sometimes I wear mine indoors. All right. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.